So, boys, I stay tuned. There's a gewaldige podcast. Rabbi Steve Geller does a gewaldige Zach, and that'll be coming out this week. Torah Giants on Chumash. Shalom Uvrach, and welcome to the weekly piece on the Parsha from Torah Giants on Chumash, written by Rabbi Rabbi Goodman, the Rabbi Emeritus of Youngers Rockaway. Sit back and enjoy.
Welcome to Torah Giants on Chumash. I'm Steve Geller. This was the first piece I made for this channel, and as with everything, we've learned a few things and come a long way with production values. This piece is one of my favorites from Rabbi Goodman, and it truly deserved a better presentation. So, my friends, hold on to your socks. This week in our Parsha, it says, Zos Chukas HaTorah. This is the chok of the Torah. Hashem commanded and instruct Bnei Israel that you'll bring a red heifer with no defect, upon which no yoke has been laid. Rav Tzvi Hirsch-Heller, quoted by his student Rav Shlomo Gansfried in the Sefer Apirion, explains that mitzvahs called chukim are identified as being those mitzvahs that man does not understand. It's the not understanding that defines chukim. But why is the Para Aduma Zos Chukas HaTorah, the chok of the Torah, and not other chukim like shatnez or tzitzis? Shlomo HaMelech stated in Koheles, all of this I tested with wisdom, and I said to myself, I can understand it, but it eludes me. The Midrash says that Shlomo was speaking about the mitzvah of the Para Aduma, which he could not understand. The pasuk creating this mitzvah is in our parsha, but lakchu latame me'afer serefes hachatas, and he takes the ashes from the carbon chatas and he places them in fresh water in a pitcher. The issue is the self-contradictory aspect that the person who places the ashes in the water becomes tameh from that action, but the same ash water makes a tameh person tahor. But how did the Midrash know that this was the mitzvah Shlomo HaMelech was referring to? The Gemara states that Shlomo wanted to be like Moshe, but a heavenly voice called out the following words from the end of Koheles, Bikesh Koheles limtzo divrei chayfetz, that Koheles sought to find desirable words, v'kasav yosher, and written straight divrei emes, words of truth. That pasuk can be found at the end of Koheles. Rabbeinu Shaul of Amsterdam, the Binyan Ariel, offers an amazing original interpretation here. The Yalkut Shimoni on this chapter tells that Hashem said to Moshe that he would reveal to him alone the secret reasoning about the Para Aduma. Shlomo eventually gave up when he said, V'hi rechoka mimeni, it is far from me. So Shlomo HaMelech, who found satisfactory explanations of the other chukim, couldn't come to a reconciliation of the Para Aduma. That secret was hidden from all men, given only to Moshe. This explains why the pasuk calls the Para Aduma Zos Chukas HaTorah, the chok of the Torah, since no other man, not even Shlomo HaMelech, knew its reasoning. But my friends, this is where the fireworks go off. Shlomo HaMelech's takeaway at the end of Koheles, what he decided was most meaningful to achieve in life, is delightful words of Torah written straight. So at the end of Koheles, after Shlomo had bought everything, tried everything, ate and drank everything, what was his takeaway? What was the real meaning of life? Discovering uplifting words, v'kasav yosher, written straight, divrei emes, words of truth. How unusual of an expression is v'kasav yosher, literally written straight, divrei emes, words of Torah. It sounds like a modest expectation and retreat of all the wisdom and riches Shlomo had achieved. We can understand this with a magical hidden insight into the pasuk which created the problem Shlomo HaMelech couldn't solve. The lachu latame me'afer serefes hachatas, and he shall take for the contaminated person some of the ashes of the burning of the chatas and put them in fresh water in a pitcher. But let's focus on the first 5 words of this pasuk. The lachu latame me'afer serefes hachatas. Some commentators noted that the first letters of the first 5 words of this pasuk about the Para Aduma spelled out Vav Lamed Mem Shin Hey, Villa Moshe, which means and to Moshe. This confirms that Hashem's statement that the secret of this process was known only to Moshe. Remember that Shlomo ultimately wanted uplifting words and v'kasav yosher, written straight words of truth. Well, these same 5 letters making up Vav Lamed Mem Shin Hey, Villa Moshe, and to Moshe also spell Vav Shin Lamed Mem He, Vishlomo, and Shlomo, but not v'kasav yosher. You have to go back and forth to spell Vishlomo. It's commentaries like this that truly show Hashem's fingerprint on the Holy Torah. So I have to remind you, where else could you so easily find these amazing Divrei Torah handpicked for you and jumping off the page? Only from this amazing set, Torah Giants on Chumash. And this is the reason you really should like this video, Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and of course, you should hit the share button and send this mind-boggling piece to family and friends. It's the mitzvah of Talmud Torah and the best way to realize the potential of Rabbi Goodman's life's work, Torah Giants on Chumash.